All right, so what I want to do now is create this portion here. It's called the neck and head. Looks like this face could come forward a little more on my model. And this could possibly go up a little higher. Okay. All right, so I'm going to grab this face. Okay, the face right here. And you notice there's two things about this. It's going. Looks like this whole head neck um, complex that's connecting with the navicular bone. It's heading medial. You know, the talus is this way. It's axis, if you will, right along that blue line. But the head and neck here that become articulated with the navicular are definitely going medial. So let's first see if we bring this in a little bit. And maybe on that other side right here, take this out and back. Okay. And we're mimicking a little better, I think, the shape there. Again, maybe scaling that inside face. Okay. All right, so we'll grab this face. You can see on the diagram it's pretty close there. And you can see there's this discrepancy here. No matter what I do, if I get this to match up top, then I'm too far out. So I'm going to stay, I have to pick one. I'm going to pick the superior view for right now. And I'm going to say extrude. And I'm going to take that face I just made and pull it anteriorly, move it, and I'm going to rotate it so it starts to reflect that medial change of direction. I'm going to hit the letter G to extrude again. I'll go to 1 here just so it's easier for me to see. And you can see where I'm starting to get a little better. Okay, hit the letter G again so I can get this lip. Okay. And you can see I got some problems here. Okay, I can't possibly have this edge buried in there, so I've got to find that edge. I might have to go to X-ray to find it and say it's right. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. I want to get it out from it underneath that one. There's another one here. See that when it's black like that, good chance that that's just too, it's getting buried in there, if you will. Take this one back a little bit. There we go. Okay. So now you've got the edges. Now, this head, probably not going to have enough edges to create the kind of rim it has. It's almost like the condyles on the end of the tibia. That surface is looking like. So I've got it here now. This edge, I moved the face, but these edges didn't move, and as a result, it looks a little distorted. So I'm going to move these edges, and I'm trying again, kind of suggest that rim there, that ridge. Same thing here. I've got to kind of compromise the way these edges are moving. They can't be totally, too extreme. Otherwise, it's going to look odd even when it's smoothed. Okay, and that's not too bad for actually what it looks like. Okay. Maybe take this edge forward or anterior a little bit just to give it. All right. There we go. Now the last thing I might do is to try to get this edge. I'm I might do is add another. Let's take this edge loop. So I double click to get the edge loop. I'm going to move it instead of using the world. So I double click the move tool, and then I went to the world, this axis. I'm going to say object. Okay, let's see what component does. So a component there is moving the edge a little more in the direction I want it to. Let's scale it a little bigger. And then let's create another edge loop right behind it and scale that one smaller. So you see I'm starting to get an edge there. Not quite enough. Okay, so let's scale that bigger. And let's put one more edge loop and scale that one smaller. And maybe move it closer. So now you see we're getting that a bit of an edge. Okay, and on this medial side, you notice that there's quite a large, it becomes like a knob. So maybe what we'll do is we'll take this, pull it back, and even scale this a little bit smaller and rotate it to reflect that kind of edge there. So I'm just trying to, again, suggest the way that this is showing me that edge. A little thinner on the superior surface, a little more prominent. And you can see it's a little flat here, and it looks a little rounder, so I have to figure out something. Maybe it's actually just pulling the face forward a little bit and then rotating it. And rotating this face. So we start getting more of a subtle roundness there while maintaining that crisper edge there. Okay. I think that's close enough right now, to be honest with you. That's probably enough. Now again, I'm trying to do this in the world axis, and you see how difficult it is? What I might want to do is, I've got the rotate tool selected. I might want to change that to component and see how now I'm kind of rotating perpendicular to that component.